If I come over your house and your walls look like this, go ahead and log out for me. JK, but in this video I will be showing you how I cover my glitchy walls. So for this example, I had made a little simulation, just a quick one, where you have the roofs laying on the outside and then just a standard wall sitting next to it. With this, it creates this really bad glitch, and maybe you want to make this wall a different color, maybe this sand red, and it's just messing up. So I'm going to show you how to cover that. So right off the back, you can either use pillars and just line them up right next to each other to cover it, or B, you can use planks, but be mindful that you're gonna need advanced placement for both of those. If that's all you came for, thank you for stopping by. There are chips on the way out. Okay, let's continue. I will say that using the pillars is a cheaper method to using the planks, so we're gonna start out with the pillars. So depending if you want to get this done and over with quicker, or if you just want to make sure that the wall is neat and a little bit flat, I personally go with the plain thin pillar and just line them up against the wall. It doesn't stick through as much as the thicker pillars would, and it's flatter against the wall. So this is what I use. What you're gonna do is just copy it and line it up against the wall. I'm not going to change the color because I want you guys to be able to see how I line it up. As you can see, I'm just putting them right next to each other on the ground. And I'm not going to say that this is the easiest, but this is a more efficient way of making your wall. And you're just going to line them up next to each other, making sure that it's kind of in the wall, but not sticking through it. And there you go. This is how your wall will end up looking, as close as possible. I mean, in all honesty, you can keep going all the way in, all the way down, but this is where I'm stopping, and I'm not gonna color it so that you can just see. Now, there are pros and cons to this one. I personally like going with this one because it looks cleaner and neater, but then the problem here is that you can't add windows. That's my problem. You can't add it over this, and it takes up a massive, a large space, so it'll just cover it. See, if you have a window here and you have a room behind it with the purpose that you want to be able to look out the window, this method isn't really a good idea for this case, but you'll still have a nice clean wall after. So like I said, there's pros and cons to using this method. And this is what the wall will look like in the end. Hopefully this method helps. Now onto our more window-friendly method. Okay, and now onto our second method. We're using planks this time. You're going to need advanced placement just like the first version, and then patience. We're going to take the vertical planks. I'm just gonna cover the whole triangle roof. Depending on what style roof you have, you're probably gonna need a different shape, but for the triangular, I'm just gonna go with the simple straight across build. So personally, I'm gonna create a squarish rectangle. It just needs to be enough to cover the roof, like this. So I'm kind of making a triangle going upwards. And now this method for my peoples who have windows over their builds, let's put one here. If you have a window, maybe it's right here or something, you can bring it down if need be, right here, and then you can add another plank. You should have the window down first before you put the plank, because it's not going to go through the other way. and you can end it off just like that, and it'll still look the same on the exterior. So you have more space now to work with if you add a window of some sort to your build. As you can see, you can put 3 over here, only really like have 2 visible windows. I'm not going to say you can't put them, but visible ones, which is why I prefer this method. Now this method isn't as pretty, but like I said, it depends. You can make yours pretty. For me, this is just the simpler take that I go with. So I'm coloring all of these so that I can show you how to cover up this bottom area, right? This triangle here, this problematic thingy. So we're just gonna go over like a triangle. Over this. Like, this is what I would do. This is literally the things that I do. So the pros and cons with this one. The pros is you have more window space to have, and the cons are it's not really like the prettiest. Like, you can make it pretty. I'm not going to say that it's impossible, but for the sake of just covering this whole thing in one setting, one shot, it's not the prettiest on my end, which is why I would normally put something in front of it to hide it, probably a plant or something. I mean, it does make a cool design if you're up for that, but it's just simple stuff like this. But that window space is really what I wanted, what I use this for. If I have it any other way, I'll just use the pillars to cover up whatever I'm trying to hide. Thank you for watching. I hope you leave today learning something new or improving the way that you build in any way, shape, or form. If not, it's okay. Come back next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification for when I upload. And as I always say, stay frosty, my butter beans. Bye!